Shalom and welcome. If you're just joining us, please hit the thumbs up button. That way others will benefit from this live stream. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. And make sure to hit the notification bell button. That way you're notified when I go live or when I post a new video. Shalom to everyone. This subject is very, very important to me. And I've done a video on this topic before, and I thought it was important to do a new presentation on this subject because it's very important. Going back to the basics, the fundamentals of life and health, which starts with the breath of life. Let's talk about deep breathing, oxygen, and then we'll go into sleep. I hope this will be beneficial to you who are watching. My next presentation will be on Genesis in Bereshit chapter 3. We will do Torah teaching, just to let you know. Number one, better oxygen supply. Every single cell in our body needs oxygen as fuel. Oxygen is needed in vital cellular processes on which life depends. And all you have to do is contribute your little part in the process by breathing deeply, which also significantly improves the quality of the blood. Very, very important. Number two, when it comes to breathing, deep breathing, it calms down your nerves. Breathing deeply and slowly, but not too slow as to actually reduce the volume of your air intake, gives your nerves time to relax. And thanks to the increased amount of oxygen, the major parts of your nervous system, the spinal cord, nerves, and the brain are better nourished. Moreover, deep breathing has been shown to cause the brain to increase its release of so-called pleasure neurochemicals, thereby giving you a better mood or disposition. Number three, it relaxes the muscles. When the nerves are calmed down, the muscles naturally follow. Deep breathing, especially during or after a stressful day at work, which we can all relate to, can reduce the occurrence of muscle stiffness and can enhance your overall sense of well-being. This is, once again, this all has to do with breathing, deep breathing, the breath. Number four, lowers blood pressure. Because breathing deeply relaxes the muscles and the body's arteries or veins, those little tubes through which our blood is transported throughout the body are essentially muscles. Then a lowered blood pressure is also one of the benefits of deep breathing. So once again, deep breathing doesn't mean you have to cause an event or make an event out of it. All you have to do is deep breathe. Breathe through your nose slowly, out your mouth. Deep breathing can be done at any time, anywhere, no matter what you're doing. And it's so vital. Number five, it strengthens the lungs and the heart. Breathing deeply. One of the major benefits of deep breathing is how it reduces the workload on the heart itself. By regular practice, you consequently strengthen and make your lungs more efficient than ever. And because there is more oxygen in the blood, the heart is not so overly taxed, thereby cutting it some slack, meaning the heart itself. The bottom line, the more oxygen the heart receives, the better the lungs and heart in doing their jobs, the better overall health you enjoy. All by breathing, brothers and sisters. Breathing, we don't concentrate. What happens is, and these are many scientists, many doctors that talk about this, and we know this, if you think about this, you know that you do this all the time. No matter what you're doing, you're breathing fast, repetitive, and constant. Always. You're never taking the time to concentrate on your breathing. And this is why this is so vital to remember, to practice breathing deeply, no matter what you're doing. You don't have to be sat down. You don't have to be laying down. You could be on the go. You can be driving. You could be at your job. You could be doing anything. You could deep breathe. Slow breath through the nostrils. Exhale out your mouth. Very, very important. Number six, improves the management of certain psychological issues. Two medical researchers, one Richard Brown and the other is Patricia Gerbarg, analyzed in 2005 several studies concerning the benefits of deep breathing. And they concluded that breathing deeply and often can have a positive effect on depression and other anxiety-related disorders. A simple way to test this is by breathing deeply right now. Try it right now as you're listening to me and listening to this information. Breathe through your nose very slow and out your mouth. Exhale out your mouth. So simple. The origin of life itself, the essence of life itself in the Torah, the breath of life. Breathing, concentrating on your breath, slowly breathing. I'm just going through a handful of the benefits of focusing on breathing properly. It helps everything, your blood cells, your heart, your liver, your organs, your mood, your psyche, everything. It helps, okay? A simple way to test this is by breathing deeply right now. Like I said, try it now. Through your nose, exhale through your mouth. In fact, one of the quick ways to manage an anxiety or panic attack, guess how you do it? Is by letting the person start breathing deeply in counts of 10. You ever see that where they put the bag over their face and they're breathing, concentrating on breathing? Why is this? Because the breath calms the nerves, calms your psyche, and helps your body to function properly. Number 7, breathing deeply, concentrating on your breath enhances the power of meditation itself. Now, I'm not talking about guru meditation and looking out of your third eye. I'm talking about the breath. Of course, one of the foremost benefits of deep breathing is how it is integrated into breathing meditation. Without it, the goals of any meditation session would simply not be met. What happens is many meditations, especially in other cultures, the focus is the breathing. That's the fundamentals, is the breath. Then they add on other things that we don't agree with. But again, the breath, the breath, the breath. Breathing is the key. Now we're going to go into the second topic that I wanted to talk about, the effects of lack of sleep. Why is it so important that you get your sleep? Listen to this. This is really important stuff. Number 1, when you don't sleep well, it says you lose your sense of humor. When you're tired, it can seem like an effort to even crack a smile. Research shows we become generously less emotionally expressive, but especially to amusing stimuli. So even when something is supposed to be happy or joyous, it can make us have a really hard time to be happy or even crack a smile when we do not sleep properly. One study invited 23 people to watch funny and sad film clips before and after they were randomly assigned to a night of sleep deprivation or a normal night's sleep. The intensity of their facial expressiveness while viewing the films was coded by human judges and compared to their subjective emotional responses. Excuse me. The sleep deprived, meaning those who did not sleep well, participants demonstrated less expressiveness. They did not express themselves like the ones who did sleep well, and were significantly less likely to laugh or smile in response to amusing footage. Number 2, you struggle to read emotions. Missing out on sleep not only makes you less emotionally expressive, it also creates difficulty reading the facial expressions of other people. In one 2014 study, 49 healthy young adults were divided into 2 groups, one of which spent a night without any sleep at all. The next day, the subjects were asked to look at pictures and categorize emotional facial expressions as happy, sad, angry, or fearful. The sleep-deprived subjects were slower to identify all emotional expressions and were significantly less able to accurately identify the sad faces. The research concluded that lack of sleep interferes with the brain's ability to process emotional information. Number 3, you're less able to cope with stress with lack of sleep. While sleep deprivation dulls our emotional sensitivity, it also impairs our emotional resilience. This makes us less able to handle stressful situations and more likely to overreact. That's because, again, the region of the brain that alerts the body to protect itself in times of danger goes into overdrive on no sleep. According to Matthew Walker, director of UC Berkeley's Sleep and Neuroimaging Laboratory, this consequently shuts down the prefrontal cortex, which commands logical reasoning and thus prevents the release of chemicals needed to calm down the fight or flight reflex. Dr. Walker has found that when sleep-deprived subjects are shown disturbing images while in an MRI scanner, their amygdalae are 60% more reactive compared to the rest of the subjects seeing the same pictures. And you don't need to have been up all night to experience this. Even when you get partial sleep, this affects you in the same kind of way. Number 4, you become irritable. Erratic activity in the amygdala, the integral for the processing of negative emotions, and a disconnect between the area of the brain that regulates its functions can lead to a negative mood and decreased ability to regulate your anger. Tired people are more likely to report feelings of irritability, anger, and hostility. Studies have shown that even partial sleep deprivation has a significant effect on your mood. Again, 4 to 5 hours can do this as well. It doesn't have to be no sleep at all. It could just be partial sleep that still affects you negatively. So again, breathing, concentrating on your breathing and getting enough sleep is vital for your health. You've got to take this serious. For your heart, your blood, all the things that we're always worried about with food and diet, it can all be helped in a big way just by focusing on our breathing and our sleep. It's a huge part of how we regulate all these things, going back to, again, the most basic element of life itself, the breath, and sleep, rest, the time to, again, rejuvenate. Number 5, it affects our ability, for me, this is most crucial, to learn. Okay? Researchers from the universities of Pennsylvania and others have discovered how sleep loss negatively impacts the brain's ability to learn following experiments on mice as well as humans. Science Daily reports that they deprived the mice of sleep for 5 hours, a period of sleep loss that is known to impair memory consolidation. The researchers observed that this significantly reduced the branching connections between nerve cells and other parts of the brain that focuses on concentration. This prevents neurons from passing signals to each other, which is vital for laying down the new memories that facilitate learning. So this was a big problem, as well as studies with humans. The same thing happened. Number 6, it impairs our memory, which is another key factor when learning. If you're going to school or adult classes, when you don't sleep well, not only it affects your learning ability, it also affects your memory. Missing just a single night's sleep can seriously impair your memory. Not only can it make it more difficult to remember words and names, it can also lead to the creation of false memories, say researchers at Michigan State University and the University of California, as well as others. Following a study in which participants were shown a simulated burglary in a series of images, they found that participants deprived of a night's sleep were more likely to be unable to correctly remember the details. Again, all from lack of sleep. Number 7, again, this falls in the same category. You cannot concentrate without good sleep or lack of sleep, even worse. The biggest thing that happens when you're sleep deprived is that your ability to focus and pay attention slips away. I can go on and on, but I don't want to bore you with more and more. I think you get the picture here. And I've got several pages here, but I'm not going to bore you with so much more. I think you get the picture. And I appreciate your time. Whoever is watching, I appreciate your time very much. And I hope that you will focus on breathing properly, as well as concentrating on your sleep. because these are very, very important, vital things that we must remember for our health, for life itself, and for beneficial results in our ability to learn, to grow, to be healthy, and beyond. So thank you so much. Shalom, and please make sure and hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so today, and make sure you hit the notification bell button. Thank you so much.